Hi everybody, I'm here for our next step in rounding, and so far when we've been rounding, the nearest tens have been given to us. So now what we're going to do is it's going to be our job to find the nearest tens for the number that we're rounding. So what I want you to think about is think about our number line. And what we're going to be doing is finding the nearest numbers that we say when we skip count by tens. So skip count by tens with me. Ready? We're going to start at 0. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And we can even go beyond that. 110, 120, 130, and so on. So when we're rounding to the nearest tens, we're looking for those numbers. And all of those numbers end in 0. So when we're finding the two tens closest to our number that we're rounding, they're going to end in 0. So let's look at an example. So we have round 52 to the nearest 10. Step 1 says label the smaller 10 and the next 10. So here on our number line, we have the smaller 10 here, and then we're going to have the next 10 over here. So if I'm rounding 52, the smaller 10 is going to be the 10 that this number has. So if we look at this number, there's a 5 in the tens place. So this number is in the 50s. So our smaller 10 is 50. Then we have to think about the next 10. So if I was skip counting by tens, I would have to figure out the next 10. So 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 60 is my next 10. Okay, so I have done step 1. Step 2 says label the halfway point. This is what we've been doing this entire lesson today. So we have 50 and 60, and what number is halfway in between? Well, I remember that we found the pattern that all of our numbers that are halfway have a 5 in the ones place. And then since we're in the 50s right now, so 51, 52, 53, 54, 55 is going to be my midpoint, or my halfway point. So I did step 2, labeled the halfway point. Step 3 says drag the dot and put it on the number line. So here, I'm going to be putting 52 on the number line with my dot. So 52, well, I know that 52 is less than 55. So I know that 52 is going to go somewhere over here. And I think 52 is a little bit closer to 50, so I think it's going to go about right there. Okay, so now I have 52 on my number line, so I'm going to check off step 3. Step 4 says decide which 10 to round the number to. Which one is it closer to? Is it closer to 50 or is it closer to 60? Well, I can see that it's much closer to 50 because it's a much smaller jump going from 52 to 50. It's a much bigger jump to go to from 52 to 60, so that's too far. I want to round to the nearest 10, remember? The nearest, which means the closest. So here I would round to 50. So the number, oops, this should say 52. The number 52 rounds to 50. And there we go. We just rounded and we did all of the steps on our own. So now it's going to be your turn to try and find the two nearest tens to the number we're rounding, label your halfway point, drag the dot and put it on the number line for the number that we're rounding, and then you're going to decide which 10 to round the number to. Good luck!